In the middle of the night, the Senate sent us over a bill that was absolutely unacceptable. So basically what they're saying is Customs and Border Patrol has no authority, no money for Customs, Border Patrol, and our national security, no funding for DHS. And we will not negotiate while they're holding not only our national security hostage, but while they're holding the Department of TSA agents hostage and not getting them paid.
I think Leader Thune laid it out that we had assurance from OMB that both CBP and ICE are fully funded and they have the flexibility to fund them through the end of this fiscal year. So that was the reality we were going into with these negotiations. So this is the only thing we can get Democrats to agree to: fund the rest of ICE, fund the rest of DHS, TSA, Coast Guard, CISA, all these other things. Get that funded. Use the funding from the reconciliation bill early in the year, and then move to a reconciliation process where we can fund DHS through fiscal year 2029. That'd be my preference.
And that was House Republican Conference Chairwoman Lisa McClain, followed by Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson with me yesterday after the House rejected the Senate's deal to end the DHS shutdown late Friday night because CBP and ICE were not funded. Let's talk more about this right now with Senator Roger Marshall joining me right now with more on this. And Senator, it's great to have you this morning. We so appreciate you joining us. Do you agree with your colleague, what you just heard from Ron Johnson?
Yeah, I think in principle, yes. Unfortunately, the Democrats are never going to fund ICE or Border Patrol. So we have to do something. And I'm as frustrated as my colleagues on the House side are. I can't believe we cannot get 7 Democrats to come across the aisle and vote in favor of our national security in a country with 50 million non-citizens in our country, some legal, some illegal. They won't fund Border Patrol. They won't fund ICE. So we have to do something. I think reconciliation process is probably the ticket to do it. And now that, the question is, for how long do we do it? Do we fund just ICE and Border Patrol, or do we fund all of DHS and just take Democrats out of the equation? Lastly, remember, the Democrats waited 30 days from the time DHS was shut down before they would even engage in talks, and the talks were never serious.
Yeah, I mean, that's just extraordinary. And, this is now the longest partial government shutdown in history, Senator. So, what Ron Johnson just said was, look, we know that when the Democrats get back in control into the majority, they will eliminate the filibuster. So I know that it's not something that is an easy thing to do, but, are you going to be upset if you do not eliminate the filibuster now and then they do later?
Well, Marie, I spend hours and hours trying to think through this. I'm willing to end the filibuster for certain things: national security, voting integrity. Those would be a couple things I'm willing to do it. But a third of our conference isn't. And I respect where they're coming from. The filibuster protects you when you're in the minority and keeps wide swings, say, in tax policy and other issues as well. And it protects small states as well. So the filibuster has its place. I wish we could enshrine it in the Constitution, because I do fear the Democrats will end it the next time they control the Senate.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if you know they're going to end it, shouldn't you do it first so that you can get the priorities done, and then you don't have to worry that these policies that they're going to push through are against what the American people want?
Yeah, Maria, so I've done that calculus, and I agree with you. So I am willing to do it, but I'm telling you, a third of the Republican caucus, very thoughtful men and women, are not. That they're so concerned that they want to protect us when they're a minority, and I respect them. And there's not a right or wrong answer on this. This is one of the toughest. This is, I've spent as much time on this as decision where to go to medical school, what to major in college, all those major decisions. I've given that much thought to this, and it is not black and white.
All right, let's talk about reconciliation. Your colleague, Senator Lindsey Graham, is talking about plans for a second reconciliation plan to boost funding for your priorities like immigration enforcement, military spending, new election rules. And, one of the issues here is the president's $1.5 trillion request for defense outlays. We just spoke with the CEO of AeroVironment. We expect that some of the money that the president is talking about is going to be allocated toward drone manufacturing. And I just spoke with Wahid Nawabi, CEO of AeroVironment, a government contractor, and here's what he said. Watch.
This conflict in Iran is an example of an inflection point for counter-drone capabilities, in particular laser weapon systems, direct energy, such as our Locust system, Locust X3, which we just announced last week to the market. What this allows us to do and our allies to be able to defend effectively and economically against thousands, if not tens of thousands of drones that can be fired at us or be coming at us, even at swarms. This technology is the holy grail when it comes to allowing U.S. military and our allies to defend against these types of threats, not only in the conflict in Iran and the Persian Gulf, but also in other parts of the world in the future potential conflicts, such as Indo-Pacific, Taiwan, and Pacific, the South China Sea, and in the Atlantic region and Pacific, everywhere in the world. This is going to be the standard in the future.
So what's your take? Do you support $1.5 trillion outlay for the defense budget? And what are you expecting from the president's budget when he releases that next week?
Well, Maria, I think spending $1 trillion is plenty. I'm going to call the Pentagon out on this. Look, we know that the drone war was coming, but we weren't ready for it. It's so frustrating. I think 3 years ago, I was in Israel, met the person that invented a laser that would do the job that we're talking about. I think within the next year, Israel will have that laser installed. What a laser, the challenge with lasers is as they get out further and further from the source, the energy dissipates. So we need a laser that actually reaches out and touches something. So it could be like 30 cents each shot rather than $1 million a shot. But our Pentagon and our defense manufacturers were so dug in on these $1 million missiles at a time,
wow,
they had no interest in doing it. So I think we're spending plenty of money. We need to reorganize and rethink through how we're spending it.
Oh, wow. And are you on board with the reconciliation package before the midterms?
Absolutely. On board with it. I'm on the budget committee. I've been pushing for this for over a month, that we needed to do a reconciliation package. The question is how much and for how long, what part of voter integrity could survive the Byrd rule, all those types of things as well. And hopefully in this 2 weeks when we're not in D.C., people can put their heads on and think through a reconciliation package so we get back there, we can get it through the process, the Senate floor, the House floor, within another week's time.
Can you make the SAVE Act a budgetary item and put it in reconciliation?
I'm afraid we can't put all of it in there, Maria. I think that we can nip around the edges. I think that we can work on them going through their own registration list, making the elections more secure. But getting the voter ID in there, I don't see how that survives the parliamentarian.
Well, I mean, some of your colleagues told me that you're going to have to send money to the states for secure elections, and then it becomes a budget issue. But I digress. Let me get your take on what the president has rolled out in terms of relief for the farmers. He's talking about assisting them because of the rising energy, fertilizer, and food prices throughout this Iran conflict. It includes guidance on farm equipment, regulations, increasing loan guarantees for agricultural products, and more. Senator, you're on the Agricultural Committee. Your reaction to the president's moves on farming?
Yeah, I think the president has done more for the American farmer than any administration has ever done. Let's start with the $50 billion for the Rural Health Transformation Fund, another $50 billion for crop insurance, $40 billion in farm aid, 20 trade deals are done. That's going to mean $60 billion of trade as well. And then what he went through, increasing the renewable volume. So he's going to increase the amount of renewable diesel made from soybeans by 60%. So you're seeing people out right now, my farmers choosing, do we plant corn or do we plant soybeans? Because of increased trade and because of what the president has done with the renewable volume, diesel volumes, then they're going to require more and more diesel fuel from soybeans, maybe a 15% consumption of the soybean.
All right, we will leave it there. Great conversation, Senator. We so appreciate your work, and we'll be watching your work as always. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you, Maria.
All right, Senator Roger Marshall. We'll be right back. Stay with us.